Alrighty guys, here we are and it's time to get started. Today I want to show you a simple shoulder exercise that I think you guys are going to really like. It's a combination of a shoulder car and a kettlebell halo for those who are familiar, but we're going to be using a dumbbell instead. Now I find this is a great exercise to assess your shoulder, to see how it's doing as a warm up. It's a great superset. But I find for most people when they first try it, they're going to find a lot of ugliness, a lot of tightness, a lot of pain and restrictions in the shoulder. So I recommend starting with about 5 pounds. I'm going to demo with 10 today. Uh, as you get stronger with this exercise, you should be able to build your way up towards 20, 25. Kind of when you get to about 30 pounds, I find it kind of taps out and it loses effectiveness. And then from then you can just focus on staying between 15 and 20 pounds is normally good, but I recommend starting at 5 pounds. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going up and around the head, and then we're going to be adding a little bit of that internal and external rotation. So the first part's going to look like an impingement test. If you've ever seen an impingement test, you take your arm, you lift it up, and that's generally a quick test to see if you have shoulder impingement. So what this is going to look like is I'm going to take the dumbbell and I'm going to let my elbow bend and I'm going to bring it across to the other hip. Now I'm going to try to break this down in pieces. So one more time. I like to take my thumb and have it up top so we can see where I'm going. So I'm going to bring the dumbbell across and I'm going to naturally start to let that elbow bend. Then the second step is I'm going to start to slide the dumbbell up my opposite side as I pull up with the shoulder until I'm in that overhead position. That is going to be the most challenging part, and this is where a lot of people are going to find that they have pain, that they have problems, and that's stuff you need to be working on. Remember, the goal of your training is the shoulder, not the lift, unless the lift is required of your sport or it's your goal. So priority is shoulder. So one more time, we're going to go across the body, let the elbow bend. I'm going to start to act like there's a drawstring on my elbow and dumbbell. Think about pulling the dumbbell up, up, up. I clear the head, and then once I get around the head, I'm going to bring it around town. So you're going to bring it around, try not to move the head. As I get out to this furthest point, I'm going to start to extend the dumbbell out, and then I'm going to internally rotate and back across. Now, it's kind of hard to pause at each step, so let me do it in full range of motion. So here we go. I'm going to go across, up, halo around, extend, internally rotate, and back in. It's easy to rush, it's easy to speed, and especially in this step right here, don't just relax the arm down and around. There are gains to be had, so once we're up, we're over, slow this part down. Slow this part down as I extend. I get a little load on that shoulder and distal bicep, down, over and around. Trying not to move the head, raising from the shoulder, boom, over, down, and around. And this is going to be your dumbbell halo. Now, this is one of those exercises that I find when people start doing, shoulder is going to be cranky. In 2024, people will avoid any exercise that brings them any slight discomfort. Even if the pain is a 2 out of 10, you'll have trainers saying you need to switch out the exercise, you need to stop it, you should never feel pain or discomfort. Pain and discomfort is normally a sign that that area needs more attention. So I'm going to go with the old school mentality and say that if you have a little pain and discomfort, as long as it's not severe or excruciating, that you should just keep building your way through. Start with 5 pounds, focus on high volume before you build up. That was 10 pounds in the clip. And those are your dumbbell halos. Kind of a fun little variation of a shoulder car and kettlebell halo. And I think you'll find it will reveal some hidden parts of your shoulder. Still need a little bit of TLC and some work. So that's how we get started.